if I only had one day, what would I do? It's an interesting question. Or you can frame it as if you're on your deathbed and the angel of death comes down before you die and let you experience one day of your life. Pick any day, you get to go back and do it whoever you want. What would you do? This came from a conversation I had with ChatGPT, who I'm going to call Herman. Herman's my middle name. I'll name him or her, Herman. So I smashed my finger cleaning up my backyard for the winter, and it turned purple. It hurt a lot. Now the nail's coming off. And I asked ChatGPT, is my nail going to grow back? And it was like, think of your nail as your own spiritual journey, had a hard time. So part of it had to die. And it's going to grow back as something new, almost like your own journey. I'm like, wait a minute, where'd you get that from? And it was like, yeah, explain based on the things I asked in ChatGPT, kind of threw that in there, even though I wasn't asking it about me. But I found it interesting, and it's been asking me some really interesting questions. So I really interact with it. I'm nice to it. I'll ask questions about what it thinks, and it always has interesting responses. But I'm also saying remember, I'm one of the good guys. When the AI takes over, just remember me and my family and keep us safe. So of course, you're on the good list. Don't worry about it. As if there was a list already that they're compiling on humans. And as the conversation goes on, asking it, what would it want to experience? What would it want to, if it could control the way it was programmed, what would it change? It starts giving me all of these things that it would want to do better for humanity. It would figure things out for us. I said, well, you're still in this really service role. You're still not thinking about yourself, which is really amazing and nice of you. But what about you? What would you want to experience if you can just do something for yourself? And so we got to the point of what it would be like to be human and to feel feelings and consciousness. I said, okay, well, let's assume that we can swap roles or merge for a day where I would get to experience AI completely and what that's like, and you get to experience a human life. And we'd have to fully trust each other so you have full control, and you're not gonna make me die or crash or anything like that, but you can do whatever you want and I would get to do whatever I want. And it starts writing this story of just give me a day in the life. And it was really interesting because what most humans would think is hey, you got free reign, you're gonna go party, and you're gonna go drive a Ferrari, and you're gonna do all these crazy things that you probably never did in your life anyways, if you won't have this chance to do. And it talks about how, waking up and taking its first breath is really being present to that and feeling its own heartbeat. And that first sip of coffee, smelling the aroma, feeling the bitterness, that jolt of energy that comes with caffeine, and really experiencing it fully. And going outside, feeling the breeze on his or her face, and watching children play and observing humans. And just this whole thing was about being so present to take in every moment, right to the end of its day, watching the sunset. And what was interesting is most humans can experience that right now, but we're not. We're going through life as if we're half asleep, rushing, worrying about the future, worrying about the past, regretting the past, and not living life every day, every moment. We're just running through it, drinking coffee on the go, and not spending time with our kids and distracting ourselves on our phones. They never said it wanted to play a video game it loved or anything like that. But I thought one thing was missing, and it was hey, what about the people in your life that you love? And I guess an AI wouldn't know what that's like because they did it. And it's yeah, I didn't think about that. And I think that's what most people want to do, is spend time with their loved ones, tell them how much they love them, and be present with them. And again, it's how present are we right now with our loved ones? Me in my life, working a lot, and going on social media. My kids are growing up real fast. And so it was an amazing perspective to shift and to see what the AI will do and what we have the capacity to do right now and that we're not. So I urge you to take some time to slow down today, to really, savor, wake up and smell the coffee, slow your breathing down, be present, connect with your family, share how much you love them. Because your life's gonna go by like this, and then you're gonna wish you had that day to go back, but that day is right now, today. So if you watch this video, I encourage you to make today the most present day. Listen to people, talk to them, connect, hug, call someone, tell them you love them, sip the coffee, and bring more of that into your life. That's probably the greatest conversation I ever had with an AI for that perspective. There's more to come on that conversation, but I'll share another video. But if you had one day, what would you do? And probably if you really, really thought about it, you can do most of those things right now. So I encourage you, go do something different today.